Welcome, welcome everyone to the next. Oh, hang on, I screwed it up, guys. I screwed it up. I did the thing wrong. I said welcome, welcome, and we all know it's welcome, welcome, welcome to the Nexus Gaming Series. I'm your host, DB Smiley, bringing you some Division D West action here between Bloodbath and Beyond versus Full Meta Jacket. Excited for this series. Haven't had a chance to cast either of these teams. Gonna learn something new, but right now, Division D West kind of congested towards the top. Full Meta Jacket tied for first place at the moment, but there's a chance for Bloodbath and Beyond to actually join that tie if they can get a domination victory here tonight. We do see Diablo ban right out of the gate here on Sky Temple. Taking a look at our map choices, we can see Sky Temple was the first map chosen. We saw bans on to Cursed, BOE, Dragonshire, and Tomb of the Spider Queen. And we do have a sub, you should note, for Bloodbath and Beyond. It's not jazz, it's actually Final Fantasy 13 music, believe it or not. So, I like Final Fantasy 13 for all its flaws. There's something about it where it's just mindless and I can play it when I'm tired. I mean, I would never play it awake or sober because it's too simple, but you know. On these teams, though, Bloodbath and Beyond. Ban Diablo, what's their second ban going to be? It's going to be Raynor. Falstad banned out on the other side to deal with the global presence he brings, as well as the boss control with Mighty Gust. Always very valuable. What's the second ban going to be? We don't know yet. I don't know yet. If you know, let me know, because you're coming to me from the future, then. Garrosh gonna get banned out, so not wanting to deal with the Garrosh. That does leave up Joanna, Anubarak, Anna, Tyrande, all pretty strong picks. Joanna gonna be the first pick, and Joanna, my goodness, I've seen Joanna first picked so much today. And it's not to say I'm entirely surprised, just to say, you know, take a look here. I seem to have something set up incorrectly at the moment. I am trying to work out what it is. Oh, I see, sorry. But we have a very early Brightwing pick, so going with the double global right out of the gate. Very aggressive in the draft in terms of what they want, but two heroes that are not amazing at the team fight together. They both can contribute good CC to the team fight, but they don't bring the most damage, or in the case of Brightwing, the most healing. Still, we're going to see if the global presence helps. Globals on this map incredibly strong just because of the raw size of it. On the other side, Jaina Stukov, good to pair with the Joanna, especially Stukov if you can land a root combo. Should allow for a complete blow up from the Jaina. And one thing about Stukov, though, is he lacks any type of cleanse, and already there's two pretty hard CC heroes on the other team. Presumably they'll also bring in a tank, so that could be something that Full Meta Jacket tries to take advantage of here, as they ban out the Anubarak. Phoenix banned out on the other side, which makes sense. Certainly there's already quite a few slows, so you don't want to deal with that. Two more picks coming for Full Meta Jacket. I wouldn't say Final Fantasy 13 is good, it's just pretty easy and mindless to play. On the other side, there's a Greymane to be picked up by Barber, and we have the ETC, who actually got pretty deep into the draft. ETC's been a pretty dominant hero in the meta, but with the ETC, they, in theory, have a triple global if they go stage dive. Now, I don't expect that. I expect a mosh pit, but that said, they already have two interrupts on the other side, so we could see the stage dive. At that point, looking at a triple global. Spectrum going to grab the Sylvanas, very strong solo assassin. And then there's the Chen. So seeing Chen again, let's see if the Panda Pals gets a little bit more value than the last match I did, where Chen largely felt kind of ineffective at times. But one more pick to come, probably going to be an assassin. There it is, Orphea, as expected. I was going to say a mage with some burst, because they have built such a burst comp. And it could be that Brightwing maybe goes into a polymorph reset build to kind of go down that way. But with that, now we are going to head into this match: Bloodbath and Beyond versus Full Meta Jacket. Taking a look at the standings, we see the Full Meta Jacket currently on top, but Bloodbath and Beyond has a chance to tie, get into a place for first. So yeah, never played any Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 13 is not really like any other Final Fantasy game. It is substantially linear, and ultimately, I mean, it's just as effective most of the game to use auto battle, which kind of makes it more like watching than playing. You kind of focus more on macro strategy than on micro play, but even then, it's not overly difficult. You kind of fall into rhythms quick. I'd say the Final Fantasy that's best to pick up and play as a first Final Fantasy is probably Final Fantasy IV. Final Fantasy VI is not bad. Also known as Final Fantasy III in the US. Final Fantasy IV, quite good. But anyway, we're going to get set up now for this match. Enough about Final Fantasy. Let's talk about Heroes of the Storm, and we're going to jump right into this match here. As we introduce the two teams. On the left, Bloodbath and Beyond. It's going to be Rackham on Joanna. It's going to be the Dude Man on Chen. We're going to have Irumbrab going to be on Stukov, Megan 420 on Jaina, and Spectrum going to be on Sylvanas. It is Bloodbath and Beyond. And over on the right side, introducing them, it's going to be Juggerab on the Orphea. We're going to have Modus Trollin, I love that name, on Brightwing. Runtime Logic on ETC. Barber going to be on the Greymane, and up here in the top, it's going to be on Dead 752 on to Dahaka. So right away, taking a look at those level 1 talents, we see pretty standard across the board, although Joanna not going with what we've often seen with Hold Your Ground. They're going Laws of Hope, wanting to have that nice sustained healing. Stukov's going to go Fetid Touch. That could indicate either Target Excision or Long Pitch later. I think either would be a good enough pick. Dahaka has burrowed down. Going to be laning here against Sylvanas, but if Sylvanas wants, she could actually do quite a lot of damage to Dahaka. Just needs to be a bit smart about how she does it. Now putting some pressure onto Dahaka, but using Qs to clear up those lanes. Meanwhile, Joanna getting stunned out, going to pop the Unstoppable Walkway. Good silencer by Irumbrab, making sure Rackham can get away. So far, 1-3-1, neither team really bucking that trend. Nobody making a play for their camps just yet. As, I like that Stukov skin. I run that Stukov skin myself quite a lot. I like to run it with the Snowflake, although I see the Blue Cloud works pretty sexy as well. Now we are seeing Full Meta Jacket. They are moving into their siege camp, starting it up now. Modus Trollin and Juggerab going to clean that up. No one yet on the siege camp for the side of Bloodbath and Beyond, though. Looks like Stukov might be heading down there to start it. Jaina going to help out. Brightwing did go Polymorph Reset build as well, so we'll have to keep an eye on that, how much value it gets. But right now, Chen kind of getting everything he can take from this Greymane up in the top, and you think Greymane would struggle in the solo lane with no self-sustain, but you're seeing Barber do just quite well here, and really punish Chen when Chen has gone in for that disparity. Yeah, Brightwing doing a good job making sure not to lose Soak mid while a push comes in bot with the siege camp. 3v3 at the moment. There is a healer bot for the side of Bloodbath and Beyond, so that's going to help them out. Full Meta Jacket, though, currently has the lane pushed up, starting to get close. They already have one of the two Siege Giants down. They're about to get the second, but Undead needing to back up. It's a bit risky here at the moment. So, both Siege Camps going to effectively be neutered. that said, a 3-man rotation coming mid that should allow Full Meta Jacket to get some of the first few shots here onto the mid shrine. Greymane still very, very healthy. Chen still kind of struggling to deal with this lane. We do see Orphea back for mana. We got Brightwing and Dahaka in the bot lane. They both can Z up, though Undead is a little bit low at the moment. Brightwing going with Dream Shot to get that CDR, and that's really good for sustained healing. Whenever you see Dream Shot Brightwing, it's actually because she's trying to bolster her own sustained healing. There's Orphea chunking out some damage onto Iran Right now, though, 2v3. Modus Trollin gonna Z in onto ETC. Chen diving in pretty aggressively. Polymorph, though, onto Chen. He's down to about half health at the moment. Some damage coming out from Orphea, but 3v4 here in the mid lane while Greymane soaks the top. More or less free, though. It looks like Chen might be rotating up that direction. Meanwhile, Orphea coming down bot, trying to get onto Spectrum, but Spectrum dodging the tongue effectively. Going to be okay. Chen now jumping in onto Greymane. This is not the ideal situation here for Greymane at the moment, but he is going to stay on this point, and now Dahaka burrows up, so can the tongue land? If the tongue lands, this is, yeah, there it is. That's a dead Chen. But Barber now in a bit of an awkward position here with Joanna. Joanna very full health. Barber going to be able to walk away from this for the time being. If he has a tap-up, might be worth doing, as Joanna certainly not a threat to kill Dahaka. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Full Meta Jacket on this mid shrine, winning some shots as well. Sylvanas pushing the bot, trying to get some well value, but Brightwing going to come down to defend. But Joanna pushed off the point, Undead, able to soak the last 5 shots here. Those are going to go straight onto Fort, and Fort's going to take quite a bit of damage thanks to Greymane prepping lane. Fort almost dead here. At least 2 ETC puns by the end of the match. Well, don't have a cow, man. So far, definitely the structural lead on top. Ooh, Spectrum in a bad spot. I was about to say the Full Meta Jacket, and Full Meta Jacket just getting Sylvanas down. That's going to turn into a soak advantage. As no one able to soak mid lane at the moment, Eram Rab and Megan doing their bruiser camp. ETC checking the siege, doesn't see anyone on it. Could be potentially a steal coming, but it looks like Barber wants to push up bot here. Power slides on to Chen, but Chen should be fine. Up here in the top. Oh boy. Brightwing Zing in, keeps Juggernaut alive for now. There comes the cleanse. There's a tongue onto Joanna, pulling Joanna away from Juggernaut. It's a really good tongue there by Undead at the moment. And we do see the target excision coming out from Stukov, so always a fun talent if you can make it work. With a solo frontline ETC, it's very doable, except when Dahaka's there, because Dahaka can really be disruptive, but it should still be able to land solo target. Typically, ETC and Dahaka shouldn't be in the same vicinity. Dahaka generally wants to flank from a separate angle to set ETC up for some type of mosh, but bottom camp timer has started. Bruiser Camp's still available for Full Meta Jacket. Have not taken it yet, and there's no bribe stack, so I don't think they're going to get a chance to take it here before the objective spawns. Barber, though, taking quite a bit of damage from Sylvanas. Siege Camp pushing up to the wall. HC goes for a power slide on Spectrum. It is a swing and a miss. ETC was just an utter miss there. Why did you make me do this, Goku? Chen, quite a bit low, now backing up. 3v4 at the moment, but Dahaka comes into the back and actually manages to help secure the kill onto Chen, and now that's 3 kills back to back to back, and Full Meta Jacket on a tear at the moment with a chance to really take control of this game, as the fight is over before it can even really start. Taking a look at the talents as we see a massive shove come in. ETC did go into the stage dive. We do have Emerald Wind, Isolation, Cursed Bullet, and Eternal Feast on the side of Full Meta Jacket. Meanwhile, for Bloodbath and Beyond, we got Blessed Shield, Panda Pals, Massive Shove, Ring of Frost, and Wailing Arrow. Pretty standard. Obviously, Stukov can go either way depending on what you think the bigger threat is. I like Massive Shove because it's typically a more reliable interrupt for Mosh due to the higher uptime. ETC power sliding in, obviously they don't have Mosh to deal with, but actually, for that reason, Master Shove is great, as Chen actually goes down up here. And now Spectrum may be the next to fall. Needs to be careful. Does escape. Massive Shove's also a great way to deal with a stage dive. If ETC stage dives in the back line, you just Massive Shove as soon as he lands. He can't do anything about it. I like to call that cow tipping, when you just Massive Shove the ETC right as he lands. But with that now, level 13 advantage to full meta jacket, and they have pretty good control of the map. 2 structure lead, which is always hard to overcome on this map. You gotta get kills and then immediately start pushing. But now, looking to flank and looking for the fight, they have a 3v5, and the Haka could join to make it a 5v5, or 5v3 if they wanted. Chen coming in with the Panda Pals. There's the Massive Shove, gonna land on a Megan. Megan gonna get cut off, half the charge to the Eternal Feast, but goes down all the same. Juggernaut getting the focus of the Panda Pals, but managing to self-sustain through it. Now coming in with self-sustain of her own, trying to re-engage this, but Rackham now gonna escape thanks to the Wailing Arrow Massive Shove. Rob, though, power slid on with the Polymorph. Is he going to be able to get away? Doesn't have the movement speed, but does land the slow, though. Greymane diving in onto Rab. Has the self-heal there. Dude Man also very low. Rackham quite low as well. And finally, a second kill happens as Joanna goes down right as Jaina comes back up. So that stagger is going to hurt quite a lot. So there we go. Down here in the bottom, full meta jacket, about to start this bottom shrine. Looks like the Haka's on the way top. Meanwhile, Bruiser Camp gonna get grabbed by Bloodbath and beyond, but this is a tough situation for them, as already ETC's on the bot shrine, Dahaka's on the top, and it looks like they're gonna put their attention down the bot lane, but this is gonna open up a big opportunity for a huge structure lead on the side of full meta jacket, as we're just now seeing a rotation to bot, but the Hawk is going to channel top pretty much uncontested and kind of unsure on what they want to do, I think, right now on the side of, oh boy. Chen wanted to go in. The rest of the team was not there. There's the stagger. It's not going to be enough. Chen's going to die with the help of Eternal Feast. Eternal Feast doing a lot of disruption there, and things just completely falling apart for Bloodbath and beyond. Full meta jacket absolutely taking this game over. ETC... Cow jumping over the moon, landing, separating out Stukov. Jaina goes down meanwhile to Greymane. Greymane now turning the attention on the Rab. That's going to be a kill. Joanna's going to drop, and at this point they can easily do boss. And I expect that will be the call. The Haka still hasn't even Z'd in, still pushing the top lane. And I like that decision, getting some value there. And it's just hard because when you're facing these kind of global comps on this map, it's easy. If you win team fights, you just keep pressuring, you get boss, you push it, you force them to defend. That's a way to counter it. But if you start to get behind, it can just be so hard to catch up. And now Spectrum could die to solo Dahaka. Oh no, Undead. Undead committed a bit too much. He's going to get away though. Oh no, you can't go for the root combo there. You just got to drop silence. If you drop silence, Dahaka dies. No, Rab. I know, I love root combos too, but you just gotta drop that silence. Feels bad, man. Well, now all this pressure on the map. Still 6 structures standing for the side of full meta jacket. Boss on the bottom. And here comes ETC and Greymane. And obviously, Dahaka could join if needed, although not super easily. There aren't any extremely close pushes. This boss already down to half HP, does have the wall down though. ETC starting to step up. Power slide's kind of a swing and a miss there. You could say that power slide was just utterly catastrophic. Again, I already used that one, that doesn't count. Wailing Arrow, securing the disengage. Cow is rooted, power sliding into the enemy team. Here comes the stage dive, hits no one. Ripperoni. Rackham, though, going to be the first to fall, but now ETC's just trying to get his cow self out of there. There's the tongue from Dahaka, interrupted by a great massive shove, but with Joanna dying and still not really getting soaked on the map, level 16 quite far away, 3-level lead for the side of Full Meta Jacket, and with the man advantage. Let's see what they try to do with this. Bot keep already down. It looks like they might try to push in mid. Chen going in, looking for the engage. There's the polymorph, though. Turnaround damage coming in. Silence trying to collect something. Doesn't really happen, though. Full Meta Jacket going to just back up and focus on getting this shrine. Sylvanas going to clear up that top lane. Joanna clearing up the bottom with the Siege Giants. Bruiser Camp finally picked up for Full Meta Jacket. I believe this is the first time they picked up Bruiser Camp this game. But that said, hard to criticize when they're dominating the map like they have been. But leave it to DB Smiley. He's capable of it. Gonna immediately get onto the shrine, start channeling into the mid-structure damage. As already with the damage, this should easily take the keep. Joanna now, stepping up, Greymane moving in, there's a big power slide, focusing on to Chen, Bless Shield, trying to get the counter engage with the Wailing Arrow, Juggerov now very low, but the stage dive, gonna buy some space, oh no, the counter synergy, Emerald Wind used with the Eternal Feast, those are all the ultimates now, meanwhile Panda Pal's still up, the root gonna land onto ETC, there's the silent follow-up, Panda Pal's coming in now, this could be the opportunity that Bloodbath and Beyond has wanted, trying to get in onto Barber, Undead gonna die on the front side, that's the first 2 kills there. And actually the first 2 kills of the match for the side of Bloodbath and Beyond. So finally something to build some momentum over it. They're going to be able to channel some shots here, but they need to send people back to clear the lanes. Meanwhile, Full Meta Jacket, they're going to go ahead and do their siege camp, question mark? Or are they not? I'm not entirely sure where ETC's going. Is he just stepping up, I guess, to try to be cheeky? Possibly look on to Spectrum. Orphea coming in now. Spectrum actually in a very awkward spot at the moment. Needs to be careful. Gonna teleport out of there. Double teleport. Bless Shield making sure that Sylvanas can get away, but that's a big ultimate to use over effectively not much. As now, with that Bless Shield down, they're gonna walk away and count that as a victory. Just kind of a cheeky play to bait out an ult there by Full Meta Jacket despite 2 men down. Siege Camp, though, gonna get picked up. ETC just in the bush, nomming on some grass. Num num num. He's put out the pasture at the moment. Doesn't really work. Put out the pasture implies he dies. But race to level 20 here for Full Meta Jacket. The XP gap has closed a bit. It's down to a little bit over a level now, about a level and a quarter. Dahaka gonna soak this top lane, though. Once they get level 20s, that will help out. But recognizing this, Rackham stepped up. Looking for the engage now. Level 20 very close. But still not here, and it looks like, understanding the urgency of the situation, how far they're down, we are going to see Bloodbath and Beyond really push up to try and make something happen. But level 20s have now come in. You have the CDR on Emerald Wind for Brightwing. You have the Contagion, the Isolation upgrade from Dahaka. You have, Cleave build out of Greymane, gonna be the choice. Orphea going with the Eldritch Conduits, and ETC with the Death Metal. Level 19 gonna be picked up right here, by the way, for Bloodbath and Beyond. But now with a double Shrine phase coming up, into double globals, into level 20, this is gonna be difficult here for Bloodbath and Beyond, or for Bloodbath and Beyond. Full Meta Jacket already channeling mid. Dahaka going top, presumably has the D to be able to transition in as needed, but desperately needing to take a fight even against level 20. Joanna stepping up, and Full Meta Jacket just like, alright, we'll just disengage. We're gonna get a keep anyway. No, Undead actually comes in for the re-engage, and oh my god, that was one of the best Dahaka ults I've ever seen. That was a 4-man isolation play. Goodness gracious. And now the stage dive coming in. Trying to move on to Spectrum. Sylvanas going for the cheeky play. Brightwing going to bail out Barber with the trait. But Dahaka just had one of the best ults I've seen in a while. That was a 4-man contagion, and that handedly won the team fight. 3 kills followed immediately. What an engage there by Dahaka. I normally would shout in exuberance at how great that play was, but my fiance's sleeping over in the other room, so I can't give that the due it's deserved. That was one fucking hell of a good ult. As Rackham gonna go down, and top Shrine's still up, but they're just gonna move straight on the core, not even gonna channel shots. Though they probably could if they wanted. Core shields have fallen, taking real damage now with the Greymane. That means the core will not be long for this world. Jaina will be up in 2 seconds, but it won't matter. Core drops now, and really strong performance there by Full Meta Jacket. The Bloodbath and Beyond, I think they had a couple things late that they can build from heading into Game 2 and hopefully make this a competitive series. We're going to take a brief break here while we get set up for game number 2. I will see everyone in just a second. Thank you for watching. Welcome back, everyone. This gaming series. Here we are heading into Towers of Doom. It's going to be Full Meta Jackets map pick again. Saw a lot of emphasis on the global and globals essentially very strong on this map. So we're going to see if Bloodbath Beyond wants to ban some of those out here. As we do see the Greymane ban out of the gate. So keying on that as something that was a bit of a problem, Barber using that hero quite well in the last game, so worth the ban. And Greymane definitely has just more and more been stepping up as a hero at the moment. As we take a look here at some stats. Oops, we are not on the right screen. There we go. We fixed it, guys. I'm smart. I'm a smart man. There we go. Greymane increasing in popularity rate. Just a bit ago, he was pretty much below 20%, but as the season goes on, climbing up more and more. Sylvanas going to get banned out on the other side. Those Wailing Arrows actually were pretty good at times. Just not really getting any follow-up they needed to secure kills in a lot of the situations. But Asmodee going to get banned out, so they're going to leave up the possibility of Full Meta Jacket getting global control. Let's see if they let them have it. Falstad banned. My expectation is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And if Bloodbath and Beyond does not take it, take either, you can expect Brightwing Diablo, or Brightwing Dahak to be picked up. We are going to get a Kael'thas here. Now, Rackham picked first last time as Joanna. So switching over to a mage role. Do we see Dahaka Brightwing come out? There's Dahaka. Not going to get the Brightwing. We are getting the Joanna, which just shows the primacy that Joanna has had lately. Has been picked at a very, very high rate. Meanwhile, the new Barak and Stukov. So sticking with the Stukov on Eram Rab. Spectrum going to flex into a new Barak on the tank. Spectrum, a substitute for the team tonight. So we don't have any data on what he plays, but with that, Brightwing's still available if you want to see the same kind of global play on the side of Full Meta Jacket. They are going to once again ban out the Phoenix. So, I believe that was the same bans as last time. Kind of getting rid of all the assassins that worry them, I guess. Brightwing gonna get banned out. I expected that. That does leave up, so we're gonna see Raynor and Jaina. So, two assassins that are paired extremely well together. There we go. Raynor and then Barber going to be playing Jaina. And it's a good combo because Raynor brings great sustained damage and great pressure onto the tank. Jaina can bring a flank and a real big blow up on either a squishy or a low tank. Jaina, of course, proccing Raynor, both giving him advantage to catch up with the slows, but also proccing Ace in the hole. But we see a Sonya. I didn't know this hero was still in the game. Don't see a lot of Sonya lately. I've been seeing a lot of Lunara today, though, which is surprising. Pretty big role swaps coming out here from Bloodbath and Beyond. And Malfurion is going to be the pick by Modish Trollin. So, Anna was up, Tyrande was up. Even Anduin was up, but still going to go with the Malfurion. It's an interesting choice. He can cleanse out the Stukov root with level 7. So we'll see if that gets value. Trying to deal with some of the sustained damage from Lunara. Can be a bit vulnerable to Kael'thas, if Kael'thas goes Pyroblast especially. But we shall see. I thought Modish Trollin played pretty well in the last game on that Brightwing. Malfurion appearing to be a comfort. They don't really have a battery, so since Auriel tends to be second most played, it makes sense that they would dip into the Malfurion. Anna is just so good on this map, though, and I think quite good into what the enemy team is showing in terms of the ability to cleanse out some of the slows that are going to come out. But we'll see what happens here as we jump into map number 2, looking for the domination, is Full Meta Jacket. And as we zoom in on Rackham doing his taunt there, we're going to go ahead and introduce our two teams. On the left, it's going to be Rackham playing Kale Sauce. We're going to have the Dude Man on Lunara. Iremrad going to be on Stukov, Megan420 on Sonya, and Anubarak going to be played by Spectrum. It is Bloodbath and Beyond. But on the right, looking for the domination victory, Full Metal Jacket is going to be Undead once again on Dahaka. We're going to have Barber on Jaina. Runtime Logic going to be on the Joanna. Modus Trollin going to be on Malfurion, and Jugger Rob going to be playing Raynor. As, oh no, we have a problem. Sorry. Correcting. Who is the sub for Bloodbath and Beyond? That is Spectrum. Spectrum is the sub. I don't have any data on Spectrum, so I can't say like who he is or what he plays, but there's a root on the Megan420. Taking a decent chunk of damage there. Runtime Logic has a living bomb on him. As we actually, I believe, have the banned Kael'thas skin. So just, yeah, the captains have 2 minutes. If they don't want to deal with it, they can request a change. That Kael'thas skin is banned. But it's not the caster's place to inject himself and say, hey, you know, do you want to remake? Still though, Sapper Camp being picked up. No Sapper Camp yet on the side of, oh dear, tried to go for it and didn't succeed. No Sapper Camp picked up yet, or even being started yet on the side of Bloodbath and Beyond. They try to go for the Raynor pick there, but just a little bit poor execution. Sappers, meanwhile, about to be walked up here bottom. The Dude Man quite low. Now Sapper getting started by Rackham. Dude Man trying to clear up these Sappers, but Joanna potentially setting up an engage, so has to play very safe. Anubarak, meanwhile, pushing in Raynor here in the mid lane as well. Sappers now picked up. Bit of an aggressive rotation there by Stukov. The root's going to land as is Condemned. Going to be okay for the time being, but the Sappers walk in and absolutely chunk this front wall down to already to 1 tower here 2 minutes into the game. And that's a good start, as we're going to take a look at the talents as they get picked up. Stukov once again going with that Fetid Touch build. Going to keep building up those stacks. Malfurion, Celestial Attunement, but going with the Strangling Vine, so the healing reduction, to try to reduce that Stukov burst heal that will come in when someone gets low. And I like that talent when it can get value. Meanwhile, Dahaka Sonya fighting up in the top lane. Undead doing a good job there. But gonna be the triple altar phase. Gonna keep an eye here. Zooming out so we can see both. Looks like a Nubarak and Juggerap's gonna channel. Runtime Logic though planning to interrupt here, and we could see a rotation top. 3 bot, Iremrad gonna go for the channel. Malfurion really selling out, and Lunara all over Malfurion at the moment, but if Malfurion gets away, this could be the Dude Man going down. Frostbolt gonna find the kill, and Lunara is gonna be first blood of this game. It's a Full Meta Jacket surviving there. Great stun out by, or great interrupt on the channel by Modus Trollin. And now Raynor and Joanna channeling top. This could be bad here as, oh no, now Rackham is going to go down, and without the Kael'thas, there's just not enough damage down here to fight. So this could be all 3 altars heading to the side of Full Meta Jacket at the moment. Down goes Sonya to Dahaka, and Full Meta Jacket already on a rampage in this game. 12 shots up. You can definitely on this map give up 1 or give up 2 to get 1 on the first shrine, and you can certainly come back from 12 down, but it's just really detrimental to your morale when you give up all that. And then Anubarak getting picked off trying to defend down there. You know, at this point, I mean, you have to worry about the morale of Bloodbath and Beyond, as Full Meta Jacket is just putting on a clinic at the moment. Starting to grab their Sapper Camps. The Haka here in the mid. Lunara gonna be a bit cheeky, but Undead should be able to get away. Sappers once again picked up. Kel'Thas doing Sappers solo. Do we get the invade? Now Sonya rotating down to help. Don't think we're gonna get it. Oh, maybe. Nah, Joanna just gonna dismount with blind. Still walking up their own Sappers bot. Malfurion gonna join. We got 4 people pushing bot, 4 defending. No, 5 defending now as Lunara coming in on a very aggressive flank. But Lunara just gets absolutely annihilated by Jaina. That's one of those situations that you gotta communicate better. Say, hey guys, going in for a flank. When you want to go in for a flank, you need your teammates to engage with you. Otherwise, you're just isolating yourself on the back line, and that's what we saw there. So things kind of falling apart here for Bloodbath and beyond. That's full meta jacket, already in control of this bot lane. It is going to be a solo shrine here, and I think you just got to take this fight. But the problem is now with Sappers on the top picked up by Dahaka. Dahaka can Z in. You know, this is just a tough situation. There's a root onto a Nubarak. He's coming in looking for the engage. That's a swing and a miss on the burrow charge. Dahaka burrowing into the back. Going to step up and look for the Kel'Thas. Now retreating away. Runtime logic. Gonna condemn. Interrupt out that silence. There's the tongue onto Sonya. Sonya's gonna be able to back up for the time being. Now Furion getting the heals out. There's a root onto Megan 420. Megan 420 is low, but should be able to escape this for the time being. Now the Dude Man coming in for the side flank, has Barber low. Barber is only on a yellow health bar, and down goes Jaina, and first blood now for the side of Bloodbath and beyond. Can they get another kill? Once again, another burrow charge missed here by Spectrum. It's just hard to get a good engage when the tank doesn't do it. But Undead is now low, has the burrow charge, has some essence, but not nearly enough to keep himself alive. And so, Bloodbath and Beyond showing some life and getting, this is a good channel for them to get. They're going to, one, build some momentum with this. It'll help kind of get the team back into a positive mindset. But 2, and this is the big one, now there's going to be no shrine that they have to defend while down level 10s, especially given the duration of that first shrine. Level 10s though coming in. We got Hyperion for the siege damage. We got, once again, Isolation, Blessed Shield, and Twilight Dream, and Water Elemental. So a lot of wombo combo potential here on the side of Bloodbath and Beyond. Meanwhile, we're seeing, or excuse me, on the side of Full Meta Jacket. Meanwhile, we're seeing Bloodbath and Beyond kind of playing patient, trying to get level 10s of their own. Rackham gonna step up and get some minions. There's level 10. Needs to be careful though now as we see an invasion. Oh no, Kel'Thas is in an awkward position to say the least. Phoenix, massive shove, cocoon, leap. What's Lunara gonna take? Anubrak comes in. Here comes the leap. They're moving it onto Barber. They get the kill. Twilight Dream onto the backside though. Gonna quiet down 2 members of oh, there Lunara with a very nifty escape. But this is gonna be Rackham dropping. So that's 2 kills now on the side of Full Metal Jacket. Now 3, excuse me, deaths, not kills. Kel'Thas does go down. Lunara is just in such a weird position. Isolation not going to secure the kill. Lunara had a really nifty escape there. Otherwise, that could have gotten to be an even trade. But now we're seeing Bloodbath and Beyond. They're back in this series. They're not just back in this game. They're really kind of playing smart right now. That time you saw, hey, we're going to flank, and the team engaged with them. Anubrak being accurate with that burrow charge, it's a simple thing to say, but skill shot accuracy on a tank is critical, and that time it helped out. And so now we're almost back to an even game, 28-32. It's unfortunate that that was a solo alter phase, but Dahaka, meanwhile, starting to push up this top. This is going to have to draw some kind of reflection, but good pings, Undead, knows the enemy is coming, going to back up, play safe. Megan, ooh, rooted out. There's the stun. Has the leap to survive. You never like to use it for that, but you'll take that over dying. Sonya can Hearth, get healthy, and just get back to some of the lanes. Raynor, though, pushing up the bottom. Do we see the Hyperion for the hard engage onto this structure? Seems like no one rotating bot right now with 3 people top. So this fort's gonna drop, and there's nothing that can be done about it now. Anubrak should not be trying this flank. This is a flank 2v4. And there we see now, that's Anytime you get that fort, you can start a snowball on this map. Sappers will be up soon. Oops. 5 seconds for Sappers on the side of Full Meta Jacket. Looks like they want to set those up, start pushing in. And meanwhile, though, love this decision. Immediately clear it up. And here you can see the siege potential that Sonya, Lunara, and Stukov are going to bring. A lot of auto attack damage, and down it goes. Nubrak, of course, helping out with those beetles. Dahaka doing this top camp. I don't think Kel'Thas has sniffed it out. He has not. So top Sappers will come in, and that will actually potentially turn this top left fort. Got to be careful at the moment. Sappers getting picked up by both teams. Bottom altar being channeled by Sonya, but gonna have to back up, but now Juggerob's gonna be able to get the channel. Meanwhile, mid-shrine also available, being channeled by Barber. Keeping an eye on the bottom. Looks like Sonya's getting zoned out here. Megan 420 going for the channel. Anubarak doing everything he can to interrupt Barber at the moment, but Barber, I think, is going to be able to get this channel. Meanwhile, Raynor came back down and actually interrupted Megan 420. No, Barber does not get the channel. Now there's the focus with the Phoenix and the Living Bomb. There's the Twilight Dream. That's a swing and a miss. Hits no one as now this is a weird situation without those big ultimates. Rockham is low, going to be able to walk away. Meanwhile, Sonya and Raynor still battling in the bot through all of this. Living Bomb potentially spreading. Missed massive shove there. Undead does find a tongue onto Megan. Gets interrupted though, and a huge silence from Stukov. Gonna secure the kill into Undead, and this is the opportunity that Bloodbath and Beyond needed, as now they should not only be able to trade channels, they should be able to get both. Barber can do one cheeky interrupt with a Frostbolt, but has to walk away. And that's going to be, because the top left turn, that's only going to be 6 shots. But that's still going to switch the lead, as now the lead is in favor of Bloodbath and Beyond. Up 2 points in this game. And now going to push up the bottom, and I like this decision. Not playing defensively, not going back and getting another structure, saying, hey, we got a kill advantage. Let's see if we can get another. Runtime Logic stepping up with the Condemn, looking potentially for the engage. I would like to see a lot more aggression here on the side. When they had that opportunity, I would have loved to have seen more aggression. But now the Welly coming out, they're just going to disengage this. I think they could have gotten that fort. They just had to press in, trust the Nubrak to drop beetles, but it didn't happen. Still, though, equal on XP, but now they might want to focus on turning that top left fort back over to their own side. It looks like that's where they're headed. But as they do that, bottom going to get turned by Full Meta Jacket. They're going to focus this down. They're going to be able to burn it pretty quick. As Joanna stepping up onto the flank, making sure Lunara can't come in from the side. Hyperion going to come out. They really want this structure, and I think they're going to get it. Yamato Cannon going to help. Down it goes. Right before Top Shrine gets converted. So, level 16 though now for Bloodbath and Beyond, but this is a triple altar phase, and there's potentially 15 points on the map for one team and only 9 for the other at the moment. Looks like we're going to see a Nubrak channel the top left. The Sappers are picked up, and they're going to walk in and be a threat. So now, 4v4 engaged. We are going to see a trade, a Nubrak and Dahaka, but the difference is Dahaka can come down much sooner. Great route, save Juggerob's life there. But that's going to be 5 for 3 shots, so equal 23 to 23. Juggerob going for the channel, going to get interrupted. Here comes the Nubrak. Dahaka down, finds the tongue onto the Dude Man. The Dude Man does go down to that Twilight Dream. There's the Cocoon onto Raynor, trying to look for that kill, but going to get broken out very quickly. Ooh, but Juggerob's still extremely low. Is the Living Bomb going to secure the kill? No, it doesn't. Runtime Logic, though, still quite low as well. Phoenix comes out to try to zone out. Ooh, they managed to get the kill onto Raynor. Undead is low. Undead is going to go down, and that was huge as Bloodbath and Beyond just won a team fight. 4v5. Lunara went down early before any damage came out. Normally you want to retreat there, but recognizing the situation, hey, if we give this up, we lose a lot. We lose 5 shots. We'll be down by 8. Instead, turn it into a tie game. They're going to grab their Sappers to help them take this fort back, but Bloodbath and Beyond came to play this game. As I said, late in the last game, they started putting a couple things together. I think having the sub in Spectrum definitely put them at a bit of a detriment, but they're really starting to get there, and Spectrum has improved his skill shot accuracy with that burrow charge in this game tremendously from the start of the game until now. And 20-20, basically a reset game at that with just half as much time remaining, except a level lead now for Bloodbath and Beyond. And Lunara, keep an eye on this bush. We've seen Dahaka try to swipe it a couple times. Now going to move this Wisp towards the boss, checking on it, just keeping vision, but should see Sappers top, and this is an opportunity now to try to get some push value of your own on the side of Bloodbath and Beyond. But, once again, straight focus, we're going to hard push this bot lane, but recognizing this, I like this decision, moving straight into boss. They're going to say, look, we'll trade bot lane, but the Sappers will buy us time to grab boss. It's an aggressive trade. They're definitely trading value now for value later, but this will be the bottom shrine converted. But that said, if they can get a pick onto Dahaka here, they might be able to double up this shrine. Dahaka is low, blows the essence, is going to be able to walk away. Top wall goes down, though. Lunara using Leaping Strike once again for some nifty escapes there. Are they just going to trade out? This is not a trade that favors them at the moment. They'd be trading 3 shots for 5, but it looks like they want to play this safe and go for level 20. There's the separation, though, onto Joanna. Leaping Strike comes in, not going to be able to secure the kill, though. But that was trading 3 shots, 5. So, 2-shot lead now to Bloodbath and Beyond. Ooh, runtime logic in a bit of an odd spot here. Gonna go down, and that is a huge pickoff, and that will enable them to invade this Sapper camp here, and then they could push up, get bottom shrine, and then go get their own shrine. Try to get some push value of their own. Here come the Sappers. What are they gonna do? Are they gonna go and take their structure back first? I think they are. Meanwhile, Big Wave top gonna push in, get some value, but I like this decision. Hey, let's convert our structure back, and then let's see what we can do on the map. They will have their Sappers up, so they could try to push those into the bottom. Dahaka now pushing up top. Recognizing where the enemy team is, recognizing they're probably getting their Sappers, so Undead trying to get just some more macro value here as the minions, but Dahaka not really the best sieger. Good at wave clear, not so much at structural damage. I'm gonna need to back up now too, as tower shots gonna land onto Dahaka soon, but Sappers being walked in bot, and this fort is vulnerable, so this absolutely could be bottom fort going down. We are getting a top shrine phase. Anubarak in the top right now, solo laning Dahaka. Hyperion coming out just to try to zone the members of Bloodbath and Beyond. Not going to be any good, and so that Hyperion really getting no value right before team fight, and now level 20s are here off that bottom keep. So Bloodbath and Beyond with a huge chance. Blessed Shield, they're desperate for this pick. They just blew Blessed Shield, but the team was not there to follow up, and things really starting to fall apart here for Full Meta Jacket. Need to be careful. Barber is now low, getting the Blizzard onto Rackham, has the Ice Block. Phoenix trying to separate out the MMC team. Twilight Dream, they're going to be able to secure the kill onto Lunara, and if they win this fight down 20 talents, that would actually be huge. Cocoon onto Barber now, but that's actually going to give time for Runtime Logic to step up, and so now there's a 4v5 situation. Silence gets interrupted there, trying to get some damage out, but Anubarak is going to be next, and as is Megan. And we just saw Full Meta Jacket win a team fight down level 20s, or did we? Jaina and Malfurion dropping there to Kael'thas on the Living Bomb. Kael'thas now in a bit of trouble himself, needs to walk away. Juggerab trying to go for that finish, and gets the kill shot with the Q. And now at this point, they're going to channel. It's going to give them 6 shots, so they'll have a lead again, 12-9. But it's hard to find them being able to do much more with this at the moment, as their fort is down in the bot lane. The only camp up is top Sappers, but they're not going to get it in time, it looks like, before this channel. The 12-9, so all told, not the worst loss in the world there for Bloodbath and Beyond. It's a shame. They really wanted, I think, to try to win the game there off the level 20s. If they got a team wipe, they definitely could have done so, but Twilight Dream from Malfurion was absolutely huge to punish the Lunara Leaping Strike. Reconverting their bot right tower. Top left tower gonna get converted back here in a second. So both teams gonna try to reset their structures. Dahaka starting the sappers though, so that will enable a push up in the bottom, while all the efforts right now is converting back this top bell tower. And I expect both sappers to be taken in the bottom by full meta jackets, so Bloodbath and Beyond gonna have to run down and be ready to defend this. But it doesn't look like that's their immediate focus. Boss is not up for another 30, so what are they going to do? No one on the sappers yet for full metal jacket, playing a lot safer here. Stukov right now, the one zoning in the bush, not the ideal situation. Lunara kind of rotating aggressively. Gonna get that wisp in the bush, see the damage coming. Sapper's gonna come in. Raynor starting to focus this tower, but Raynor dropping the Hyperion. Yamato Cannon will help burn this structure, but it will not go down. Oh, Phoenix was just blown. That was a big cooldown for not really much value. Now trying to walk up Sappers. This is a solo shrine. The boss is back up, though, so whoever wins this fight, in addition to getting 4 shots on bottom, could get the boss. And in fact, if it's full meta jacket who wins this, I expect them to take bottom keep, turn that into 5 shots, and then get boss to end the game. So game-deciding team fight here. Undead potentially ready to Z into that back line. Waiting, though, for his team to be ready. Poke damage coming out right now. There's the Ancient Spear. Spectrum kind of coming up now as well. Dukov going for the channel. Almost gets it, but gets interrupted at the last second. There's a huge tongue onto Sonya. Sonya barely going to survive. There's a silence. It has runtime logic in a bit of trouble. Undead having to interrupt this channel, now burrow charging just to avoid the Lunara leaping strike. Health bars are low for the Warriors. Undead is going to be the first to fall, but there is a silence onto Anubrak. Can they get the follow-up damage? No, Barber taking the leaping strike. Living bomb spread. There's a leap. Megan going to get the kill, and I think Bloodbath and Beyond may have just put themselves in a position to win this game, getting 4 kills to nothing there. And that was a really pokey fight, and man, Bloodbath and Beyond did a good job getting it, but I think they just made a mistake going for the channel. I would have liked to have seen them get the bottom structure. They are going to move into boss to set up a win condition here, but I want to see them take structures. They have more than enough time to take 2 structures, because if they take the first structure, they can snowball that into the second while the team is trying to reconvert. Let's see how they play this. Looking like they're going to clear up some top minions, probably do the top sappers, but top lane really isn't the lane you want here. I think you want bot lane. But we'll see. Bloodbath and Beyond with a chance to get a pretty big lead in this game now. Joanna, meanwhile, soloing this bot camp. It'll take a while, but no one from Bloodbath and Beyond coming down. Anubrak diving, looking like they want to go for this. All 3 sappers used, though, to convert. There's nothing else pushing this lane at the moment. Now they're going to rotate down. Sappers were taken in the bottom by Joanna. I expect to see Bloodbath and Beyond take their own sappers. That said, they might make the decision to put it mid. No, they're going to go down. They'll clear up bot lane, and then they'll take their sappers. Wisp being used for vision effectively. Some nice wisp dodges there. Sappers picked up by Bloodbath and Beyond, but actually the sappers down here in the bottom are about to take this fort. So they need to be careful here, and it looks like we're going to see potentially another team fight as Full Meta Jacket definitely wanting to fight before this double altar phase. If they can win a fight now, they can still win the game. So this is really the game-deciding team fight. And there's the Twilight Dream. Stukov separated out from the enemy team completely. Twilight Dream and a fantastic tongue by Undead. And now this is potentially game-ending here. Bloodbath and Beyond needs to find a way to get a kill, especially while Jaina is channeling this bottom, but so far it hasn't happened. There's a Cocoon. They're focusing on Undead. They do get the kill with the 4v4 situation. Whoever wins this fight is going to win the game. Modus Trollen, now low, getting chased, is falling back. Oh, but he's going to die to the poison damage, and down he goes. But Megan 420 going to go down to Barber with that Frostball, who is setting his sights now onto Lunara. But there's Raynor stepping up a little bit too late. Here comes Lunara looking for the kill, running through the Blizzard, managed to dodge it. The poison damage is going to be able to kill Barber. The Living Bomb almost kills Juggernaut, but he does stay alive. But Lunara is going to go for the channel, and she can get this. This will be the game, and down goes Jaina, and Bloodbath and Beyond is going to win this game. What a tremendous game on Towers of Doom that was. What an absolutely tremendous game. I think we saw Bloodbath and Beyond grow up a lot in that game. Early in the game, it looked like, oh no, here we go again. Had a hard time getting kills, lost all 3 objectives on the first Shrine phase. But you saw the skill shot accuracy improve, especially from Spectrum with those burrow charges, which is just an absolutely critical skill shot to hit. You saw some really good silence out of E-Romrab. But credit to Full Metal Jacket, they didn't give up. They played their macro style. I thought Undead made some really good tongues. They had a chance to win the game. I think what they needed to do there, Jaina went down to channel bot. I think if they just continue to take the fight there to Bloodbath and Beyond, absolutely they could have won the game. Instead, while Jaina's bot, the hockey gets picked off, turns into a 4v4. That puts Bloodbath and Beyond right back in it. And with that, though, we're going to get set up for map number 3, everyone. Stay tuned. This has turned into one hell of a series. And I wouldn't want to miss it. So thank you all for watching. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone, to the ultimate game of the night. I've casted 8 games so far today. This will be the 9th, and this is the most impactful. This is the first 3-game series I've had today, but glad it went to 3 games. Like I said, after the first game, I thought Bloodbath Beyond had some things to build from, that while the game was one-sided, they started to look a bit better, a bit more organized late. That can happen when you have a sub. The game starts out struggling. But once your sub starts to get comfortable with the team, the way you call things, it can turn around. And right out of the gate, we're seeing the Kel'Thas ban. It was a problem last game. The Living Bomb spread definitely happened. And obviously on Infernal Shrines, it can be very, very strong. Both as a way to control the shrine, but also as a team fight with all the choke points. The Haka's gonna get banned out. No Moss. No Moss. Not wanting Undead on that hero anymore. Hard to blame. Undead played quite well, although there were a couple times he did get picked out in the last game. But still really good ult usage with some really good tongues that put his team in a position to win. And they absolutely were in a position to win. I think just some decisions late kind of cost them. But there's the Jaina ban. Jaina banned out. Really trying to limit the mage choices. Orpheus still available. Gul'dan also still available. Those are kind of the wave clearing mages. Of those, Gul'dan obviously the better on this map. The Orpheus very, very strong on the map as well. Diablo gonna be the ban. Obviously strong tank on the map. The way this night is gone, I would expect maybe a Joanna here, that or the Gul'dan. Gonna get the Greymane. Surprised by that, but going back to it, Greymane actually was very impactful in game number 1. Just a bit early to see it, especially when this opens up the possibility of going something like Joanna Gul'dan, which can deal with, I think, the Greymane, I think, quite well. I would expect to see something like that. Gonna stick with the Sonya. Megan felt comfortable on it. We got the Falstad, which has been banned out a couple of times. Wanting to get that global. Also has the Mighty Gust, but very vulnerable to a Greymane dive. But now, I mean, you get your choice of tank, really, I think. You want to get a tank here, and then you can ban out and choke the tank you don't want to deal with. So you can either go Anub'arak and ban Joanna, or vice versa. That's my choice. Not going that way. They're going to get Yrel in the solo lane, and they're going to go with the Brightwing. So, kind of going back to that global strategy in a way, but without the Dahaka, now it's going to be Brightwing is the person who's going to jump in and out of the fights. But Yrel is an interesting pick this early, especially when I think you could have really gotten priority onto tanks now. But at this point, I mean, in the Orphea ban, so no real prioritization of tanks at the moment. They are worried about that Orphea. It did have good blow up in the first game. Let's see. I'd ban out Joanna because it's a problem for Brightwing with Emerald Wing, it's a problem for Greymane, it's a problem for Yrel. They're gonna get rid of Stukov. Stukov did have some really good silos in that last game, but I'd kind of like to see. Okay, Wall of Crazy. I would like to see. No, not really Wall of Crazy. I'd probably just Joanna. Yeah, Joanna, and then they can either pick their healer, but they don't have to. They could just go with their ranged assassin. Remake? So right now it looks like they're kind of flexing around what Spectrum can play from the side of it. But this is not a map where I typically want to pick Li Ming, especially when Gul'dan is still up. I get the idea that, you know, if Li Ming hits a good combo, it takes Brightwing forever to heal that target up, but Brightwing does have the spell shield as well, and Li Ming's damage is quite predictable. And they're going to give up the Gul'dan ETC, so I look at this and I say, Brightwing's a bit weird, but otherwise I think nothing can be picked here in the last pick that makes me think anything other than Full Meta Jacket won this draft. Yeah, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it at all. I don't like this draft. I think for every hero that Bloodbath and Beyond picked, I think there was a better hero to pick in that situation. I think Sonya first pick was questionable. We'll see. But it's going to be hard for Sonya to get value with 3 people that can shut her down with base kits. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully we get a really good game out of this, but color me skeptical at Bloodbath and Beyond's chances. I don't like this draft. I realize I'm being a bit dour here, but, you know, teams come to me, they ask me for my opinion. No one comes to me and asks me for my opinion. I show up to their drafts, but, Uther into Gul'dan is just... it's just questionable. But we'll see. We'll see if it works. Getting set up here now for the game. And to introduce the teams, one last time, Bloodbath and Beyond on the left. It's going to be Rackham on Joanna. We're going to have Eram Rab on Li Ming. The Dude Man is going to be on Falstad. Spectrum is going to be playing Uther, and Megan 420 going to be playing the Sonya. And on the right side, it's going to be Full Meta Jacket, Undead on Yrel, Modus Trolling going to be on Brightwing, Barber going to be on Greymane, Jugger Rob going to be on Gul'dan, and Runtime Logic going to be on the ETC, and pretty standard talents out of the gate. Take a look in here. Somehow accidentally clicked on to Joanna there. Fixing that, but level 1 talents here. Right now, both teams kind of poking back and forth at each other, but Sonya already soaking that top lane. We are seeing Yrel rotate. Meanwhile, 4-man rotations, sort of. Really more like a 1-2-2 split. But Greymane is starting into this siege camp. Meanwhile, Gul'dan Brightwing clearing up this mid lane. Falstad still clearing up the bot. No one down there to contest. Some good damage there from Li Ming onto Brightwing. Yrel, though, doing pretty well into the Sonya at the moment, and I don't expect that to change, just because anytime Sonya does get a good whirlwind off, Yrel can just knock her back. What is that? Which healer would you have wanted to see DBS? Not Uther. Like, you know, Stukov is banned, sure, but Uther really struggles with 2 things, and it's sustained damage and it's AoE damage, and Gul'dan brings both. Really kind of the worst healer to pick into Gul'dan. Rhaegar, I think, could have been fine. I think Tyrande could have worked on this map. She can have insane throughput because there's a lot to clear up. As you see, Siege Camp picked up in the mid. Alex Strasza could have worked. They, you know, yes, it's gonna draw an ETC mosh, but you just got to be smart about how you use it. Dragon, of course, could always be popped to interrupt. I mean, they're going stun build. I get the idea, right? The idea is we're just going to blow up that one target, but it's really hard to do that on this map, especially with a Li Ming, who's just going to get all her shots interrupted. Yeah, I mean, we'll see if I'm wrong, but so far no kills, slight XP lead over to Full Meta Jacket. Anduin, I think, could have been fine. Falstad doing the Bruiser Camp, though, and so this is going to be a well-timed Bruiser Camp for Bloodbath Beyond. But looks like we're getting a fight over this bottom shrine. Joanna blows itself unstoppable. Power slide coming in, separating out the members of Bloodbath and Beyond. But they are going to be able to escape. So the siege camp, though, going to get picked up. But this is going to force Yrel to stay top. Actually, Yrel's starting to rotate down now. Here we go. Good push into the point there, getting ETC low. That's going to get Bloodbath and Beyond onto this point and in control of it at the moment. But Gul'dan able to steal a lot of minions here, so still pretty equal. Now Uther getting separated out. Greymane going to go in for the kill. And there's Falstad now separated out from the enemy team, and he's going to drop the poison damage there, and that should be Full Meta Jacket able to get back onto this point. Joanna going to blow the Unstoppable and walk away, but ooh, Li Ming almost getting a kill. If Li Ming can get a kill, she can get resets, but that said, Undead zoning very effectively. And this should be their Punisher to lose at this point. Joanna going to go in, one last desperate push. Li Ming could poke over, maybe gets a reset and pop off. Nope, doesn't do it. And that is going to be an Arcane Punisher heading over to Full Meta Jacket. Falstad flying top. Gonna just try to push in that top and counter push this lane. Yrel running straight top to deal with that. We're gonna stay down here focusing on this. Big corruption stacks there. Gul'dan already up to 26, less than 5 minutes into the game. Very good progress. Oh, but the double stun there from the Punisher, and Rockham is gonna drop to the Arcane Punisher. Actually dropped to the poison damage from Gul'dan before that laser hit, so. Punisher falls, but that will turn into the first support of the game, heading over to Full Meta Jacket. If Uther goes the auto attack talent at 13, it can help. Because he'll get the AoE healing off Holy Champion, and you can definitely get that procced on this map, on the shrine, just auto-attacking minions, but until level 13, it's just going to feel like an eternity. It really is. Uther, though, having finished his quest, will get a chance for some more stuns coming out. There's a power slide onto Joanna. Polymorph to prevent the Unstoppable. Now the Self-Unstoppable comes out. Uther going to peel Joanna out. Gul'dan, though, clearing up this lane so fast. Now Sonya on the flank while Falstad and Yrel fight it out in the top lane. So you're going to clear the shrine up. There's a power slide trying to separate out. Does separate out Megan 420. Megan 420 going to be able to walk away from this. Going to survive for the time being. And well defended in terms of killing the enemy Impaler camp, though Gul'dan should be able to clear up Blue's Impaler camp lickety-split, to say the least. Sonya now running bot, going to be laning against Barber here on the Greymane. But Falstad having a Hearth and Undead really doing a good job in this top lane, just kind of taking on all challengers at the moment. Pardon me, I've been coughing really for the last 2 weeks. Should probably get it looked at. Barber, though, moving on to bottom now. Gonna clear up this bot lane. They get the Impaler camp. ETC potentially looking for the engage. 4v3, doesn't get it though. Level 10s here. Bless Shield, Mighty Gust, Disintegrate, Leap, and Divine Shield on the side of Bloodbath and Beyond. On the other side, we already had level 10s for a bit. Horrify, Cursed Bullet, Emerald Wind, Mosh Pit, and Ardent Defender. There's a power slide back onto Joanna, but not really in a position to get a kill. Still, this will force Bloodbath and Beyond to stay bottom just a little bit longer, and that could give an opportunity for engage over to the side of Full Meta Jacket. Looks like they're going to do their Bruiser here. Trying to get onto Yrel now, but Falstad managing to get away before ETC can show up with that power slide. With some help there from Uther, of course. And we'll see, it's another Another shrine, so we'll see who's going to win this one. First one was Arcane. There is a Cursed Bullet trying to go for Joe. Joe very low. Disintegrate zoning, though. There's the Ardent Defender. Mighty Gust, kind of awkward as the disengage is trying to happen. But an offensive gust there from Dude Man, and now Dude Man rotates back very aggressively, and especially with that Divine Shield, just a misclick or a little bit late, and it ends up on Uther himself, so not a good fight at all from Bloodbath and Beyond, but a great fight from Full Metal Jacket, executing their combo on the Joanna, forcing the panic, but yeah, just something that you need to see Falstad do a bit better there. Now it looks like Bloodbath and Beyond going to force the 4v5, and they're going to regret that pretty quick, as Uther is going to go down. At least going to enable Joanna to walk away with the Ghost Heals, but, you know, just when you fight 4v5, it's a sunk cost fallacy, and you're just making a bad situation worse often. Falstad just going to go off and soak the lanes at this point, and Full Metal Jacket should win this shrine. It is Mortar. Wall not really softened up much. There we go.
Red team has summoned a Mortar Punisher.
Gonna clear up this lane, get some minions to help out with the Punisher. Punisher gonna get baited over the wall. Once again, two people stacking up, kind of inefficient there. Gul'dan has, by the way, finished his Corruption quest. Uther having also finished the Stun quest. ETC only at 16 globes at the moment, so still doesn't have Frog Rock done. ETC positioning very, very aggressively, looking for the power slide. There's the face melt, but no real team follow-up on the engage. They still managed to get fort. The 2 forts down on the side of Bloodbath and Beyond now. Full Metal Jacket hasn't lost a structure. Bot wall still standing, mid wall still standing. Top wall is gone, but otherwise has not lost a major structure. And now invading onto this side of the team. Or invading Bloodbath and Beyond Siege Camp, I should say. Li Ming does recognize, sees the Gul'dan attack. He's gonna get some damage out on the Juggernaut, but he's gonna be able to walk away. Falstad now in a bit of an awkward spot. There's the stun. Now Mighty Gust comes out, but still a face melt with the slow. Falstad, is he going to get away? Undead wants this. Corruption, get some damage onto him. You're out going for this, but the cleanse comes in, and Falstad going to escape for now. Level 13's now here for both teams. We see the glass cannon from Li Ming. That is rather confident as neutral camp. Gonna get picked up here by Full Metal Jacket. You know, before anyone gives up. Keep in mind, this is Infernal Shrines. The objectives late are so strong that you can absolutely win the game. If you get like 3 kills late, you can win the game off it. And a steal onto the camp. ETC stepping up. The Horrify gonna make sure that Red gets the camp. Leap onto the point, but Sonya immediately steps off. So channel over to Red. The damage now coming in, and it looks like Uther just not with enough throughput. 3 people dead on his team. Now makes that 4. Is Falstad going to be able to get away? ETC does drop. ETC dropping to Falstad. And the Dude Man just going to fly away from this. Make sure he can get away. But here come the members of Full Metal Jacket, and they want to push up and open up this bot keep. Knowing where the next Punisher is into this bot lane is going to enable them to get a lot of value here. Just by getting this wall down. Definitely makes it a threat to end the game. And 2-level lead now. Joanna is up. Gets some dismounts, but doesn't really have the follow-up to get in there at the moment. Gonna have to deal with this mid lane as well. Top lane also just a huge stack pushing in. But no holy champion. Instead going well met from Uther. Just not going to have enough healing throughput is what I'm really, really worried about. Bruiser Camp going to get picked up in the top. Timed well with the start of this bottom shrine. Maybe a little bit too early, if anything. Maybe wanted to hold that a bit. Still, both teams picking up their Bruisers. Full Metal Jacket wanted to invade, but just wasn't in the neighborhood in time. Falstad needs to be careful. Could get power split on. Undead charging up, looking for the jump. Now moving on to the points. This is a frozen Punisher. So it does shut down the structure, and at this point in the game, that could absolutely turn into structure. But it looks like they have to take this fight 15 to 16. ETC, though, power sliding into the backline. There's the stun from Uther. Horrify only on the Sonya. Cursed Bullet seemed to be a miss. Mighty Gust was kind of awkward there, but it does separate out Yrel. Ardent Defender, though, going to be used. But here's the Mosh, but the Divine Shield going to keep Sonya alive. Absolutely excellent Divine Shield there by Uther, but Joanna is going to be the first to drop. The Dude Man now in a really awkward spot. And Brightwing manages to chase down, and with that Q build, going to be able to secure the kill. Now Undead on the chase, going to knock back some members. Doesn't have the Ardent Defender anymore, but the Cursed Bullet from Greymane going to help secure the kill onto Sonya. And that was 3 kills for nothing as ETC and Gul'dan finish up the Shrine. And this should be game, if you ask me. Obviously, the Frozen Punisher going to help shut down the structure. Gul'dan and Greymane going to be able to prep it with a lot of damage. Li Ming is a decent defender, though, so there is a chance Faustad will be up. He'll have the Mighty Gust pretty much as he gets up. But this is a very healthy Punisher with no keep in the way that is moving straight onto the core. You're going to have to fight now, and Sonya's still not up for another 3. There's Polymorph onto Uther. Uther going to be able to walk away from this. Here comes Sonya now. The tension is onto the core. Core still has shields. There's a jump onto Joanna. Sonya jumping into the backline. The Emerald Wind and the Horrify going to zone Sonya off. Mighty Gust trying to buy some space to give them time to heal up and look for the re-engage. But Joanna going to get separated out, rooted by the Frozen Punisher, and dropped. Undead now stepping up into it, though, and he's going to drop. The core is down to 20% falling, and that will be Full Meta Jacket taking this series 2-1. So, a little bit like the first game there. I was worried about the draft, and I think my fears kind of came to fruition. I mean, look at Uther's healing. Obviously, numbers don't matter everything, and there were some times where there were deaths that he couldn't prevent, but you know, the damage was fairly balanced, a little bit favoring Full Meta Jacket, but I just don't think Uther was the play into Gul'dan. It's never really a great matchup. That said, Bloodbath and Beyond gave us a hell of a game too, and Full Metal Jacket was finishing strong in that game, and you know, saw some good plays from a lot of players. So I'm going to try to do a brief post-game interview, so we'll be right back. Stay tuned, everyone, and thank you for watching. Welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series, everyone. I am your host, BB Smiley, bringing you the captain of the victorious Full Meta Jacket, Juggerob. Juggerob, how you feeling after that?
We're feeling pretty good. Thanks for asking.
So, heading into this series, you guys currently kind of in that log jam up at the top of D West. First map definitely goes strong in your favor. You've managed to pull out kind of some double global and really just take advantage of the objectives and the camps and just the overall macro sense of Sky Temple. Is that just a strong map for you guys, or Is that just something you thought you'd pick to target out the enemy team specifically?
We did it's part of our preferred map pool.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So everyone banned that out.
Yep. I mean, if anybody has scouted at this point, they've seen
Yeah.
us play that map before, and so
No worries. Well, with that, the double global obviously worked out quite well, but I think late in the game, you guys looking to finish, double shrine phase comes up mid and top, and why don't you walk me through that last fight, how that played out? Because I keyed on something obviously that was pretty big in that fight, but I just want to see if you guys remember it.
I think what had happened is we wanted to try to bait out some of their alts. We kept I I don't I feel like we kept fighting into them and not winning as hard as we wanted to the fights. And so we tried to bait out a couple of alts, knowing that they would come at us pretty strongly there. And then Dahaka Undead was able to burrow into the background and get a really clutch isolation on all of them,
Yeah, that was
or
a
many of them.
four-man contagion. Yeah, it was kind of a big deal. It was
Yeah,
a pretty big play.
yeah, that was definitely huge. And then we were, if Chen wasn't able to use his alt, and um, I mean, a bunch of them,
Right.
it is what it is at that point. So
Yeah, so now taking a look at map number 2, Towers of Doom. You guys got an early lead on that map, getting all three
yeah,
of the first shrines. But then it kind of started to slip away from you guys. You battled back into it late, lost
yeah.
on that last fight. Approaching that last fight, is there anything you think you would have done differently in hindsight?
Um, in hindsight, I would have just banned the Kael'thas and probably the Lunara.
That works.
Yeah, it was they just had like so much zone control with the pyro, and then their poke and dive, and everything was really working well for them.
Hmm.
And even from the very beginning, we knew that it was a problem, and we're trying to adjust on the fly. You can see us change positioning on that final fight, versus like when the altar was down in that specific location earlier in the game. But nothing seemed to work, and that really just is a testament to how well they played. Like we just didn't have any answer for what they were doing. We
Hmm.
thought we did going into it, and we didn't. And they played their comp really well, and they made us pay for it for sure.
Well, with that, that takes us to Game 3, Infernal Shrines. You guys, I think, kind of went back to what worked well in Game number 1 in a lot of ways. Why don't you walk me through what your thought process there was?
Yeah, basically that we were just trying to go to what was strong, and obviously we banned out the Kael'thas and the Lunara. Felt like those two characters were really gave us a lot of trouble. Their other characters gave us trouble as well, but you can't ban everything, and we tried to
Hmm.
account for what we experienced versus what we scouted for. Um, so yeah, we just went with our strong picks, and we kind of got everybody back to where they wanted to be as far as roles, and it worked out well.
So you guys are at 12 points now. Assuming standings are up to date, then it would mean that you're in first place in your division. But what are your goals as a team now? Is it to win Division D, or is it just, are you still kind of unsure kind of where your ceiling is?
Well, last season we made it to the semifinal, or yeah, we made it to the finals of Div D East, and now we're in Div D West. So I mean, ideally we'd like to win. But obviously, so I think there's 10 other teams in this division, or
Right.
9 other teams in
Nine
this
other teams,
division
yeah.
that want to win as well. And
But
as you
they're
can
not
see,
at the
like,
top of the standings right now.
I mean, yeah, but top of the standings, furthest to fall, largest target on your back type thing. So, and nobody in this division there's no team that is an easy win. So we
Right.
definitely approach every team like, um, they can beat us, they can dominate us, and Bloodbath and Beyond showed that in Game 2, I think.
All right. Well, with that, floor's yours for shoutouts.
All right, I just want to shout out the team. as well as our subs who sometimes watch. I know was at least one was watching today. And also thank you for casting, taking the time out. And I
Thank you,
don't know
Joe.
if you're East Coast or West Coast, so
I
it's
am
kind
East
of
Coast.
late. Yeah, it's late for me. I'm on the
I have
East
no
Coast as
life.
well.
It's fine.
And thanks Bloodbath and Beyond for playing a really good game, and hopefully the viewers enjoyed it.
All right. Well, with that, we're gonna bring this cast to a close, everyone. Thank you for watching. Going to just pull up my ugly mug. So 4 matches today. One of them went to a best of 3, but all in all, three pretty strong dominations. That last one, game 2, was close back and forth. Otherwise, um, both matches won by Bloodbath and Beyond. But hopefully we'll get some really nice, close, epic matches again, like we had on that Towers of Doom again later this week. I think I'm casting again Tuesday, so check it out. But otherwise, thank you all for watching. Let me check if there's anyone to toss it to. Looks like In Too Deep and Few Screws Loose are going. Let's take a look at who is casting that. That's Nexus Commentary, so I'm going to throw them a raid. So thank you everyone for watching. Take care and have fun in the Nexus. Here we go.